Hey everyone, I'm Alfred. Welcome back to Halo 4. My internet's out. Couldn't tell you why, but it is. Which is unusual because that doesn't happen often.
Breaking up, but coordinates received, Infinity.
In fact, prior to this, it's happened once, I believe. Yes, little drone? Do you... Okay. I will say, I don't have much in the way of defensive option.
This elevator should take us directly to the coordinates Infinity provided. Almost like those Sentinels wanted us to get the particle cannons offline.
Maybe they did, Cortana.
You say that like there's a second possibility?
Like, we don't know that every single Forerunner is like, what's his name? Is it Diadict or is it just Diadict? I know that it becomes Diadict at some point because that's what his name is on the wiki. Okay, am I doing something wrong when I try to sprint? I am still holding down the left mouse button to sprint. When I click it...
Reach the coordinates. This looks like the place.
Maybe I have stamina. It seems like the same amount of time. This is amazing, by the way. I haven't talked about this at all, but like, for a little, it was just like, you know, it's more Forerunner shit. It's the inside of the Ark from Halo 3. It's the inside of the ring from Halo 1. You know, bog standard, normal Forerunner stuff. But this is cool. This looks good.
Network misuse these arrays for targeting and guidance. It's an automated system, so it won't technically allow me to redirect the cannons to fire on one another.
Technically.
Cortana to Infinity. The guns should be offline. How's it look from up there? Infinity.
Cortana?
Something's in here.
Cortana. Cortana.
It doesn't sound right for Chief to be, like, worried or scared. I don't think he ever has been. See, I saw a Reddit post earlier today where someone was like, hey, I've been playing through all of the things, and like, wow, I love Halo 4. It's pretty great. Maybe it's my new favorite. And like, I've played enough of it now that I can see why people say that. I don't think that they're wrong for liking Halo 4. Ah, a thing. And I feel like a lot of the problems with Halo 4, maybe it's a thing like with the Star Wars sequel trilogy, you know? Because when the Force Awakened rather came out, everyone was like, "Oh shit, new Star Wars." Rocks? Somebody left their rocks here, guys. Anyway, people liked The Force Awakens initially. And, you know, it wasn't all, like, a bunch of repellent opinions towards it. But when, what is the second one even called? It's not Rise of Skywalker. Last Jedi. When Last Jedi came out, like, all of everyone's opinions got inverted, and now everyone hated the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
I am what remains of the Forerunner, once known as the Librarian.
You guys aren't big on good
My
names, are
memories
you?
were retained to assist humanity on their path to the mantle. Though sadly, that plan is now at risk.
Hi,
The
Galadriel.
Didact is leaving Requiem. Soon. You must not allow it.
Ugly space Galadriel.
He seeks this. The Composer. A device which will allow him to finally contain the greatest enemy ever faced by the Forerunners. You.
I mean, not you specifically, Chief.
spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Entire systems fell before the Didact's warrior servants rose to halt the aggression.
So yeah, mankind is going to space for the second time in the year 2550 whatever.
When the Didact finally exhausted the humans after a millennia, his sentence was severe. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy. Humanity hadn't been expanding. They were running. Weakened from our conflict, we were no match for the parasite which pursued you.
Recall that only humanity calls the Flood that, and the Covenant and the Forerunners call it
but the Didact refused to yield
the parasite.
Of responsibility. He would save all life in the galaxy, at a cost. In the Forerunners' quest for transcendence, the Composer had been intended to bridge the organic and digital realms. It would have made us immortal.
Wow, a thing that involves digital beings. I
But
wonder if
its
that's going to
result
go anywhere.
soured. The stored personalities fragmented, and our attempts to return them to biological states created only abominations.
Well, as you do.
Such moral concerns faded from the Didact's attention. The Flood only assimilated living tissue. The Composer would provide the Didact his solution and his revenge.
The Prometheans. They're human.
Okay, I don't hate it as much anymore.
They were only the beginning. You would have encrypted your entire race if we had not removed the Composer.
That sounds
from
kind
his
of dumb
camp
when you say it
and
out loud,
imprisoned him
dude.
here.
I gotta be honest.
Reclaimer.
He would have defragmented you.
When I indexed mankind for repopulation, I hid seeds from the Didact. Seeds.
I'm gonna get to talk about Halo lore for the first time in a while.
Eventuality.
That's been a thing that I've been able to do all through this these LPs, except for 3, really.
Your combat skin. Even your ancilla, Cortana. You are the culmination of 1,000 lifetimes of planning.
So yeah, Forerunners have power armor. It's called Combat Skin. And they have onboard AI. They're called Ancilla.
He has found us.
So we're almost to the point
Her meddling continues.
where humanity, specifically Chief, has caught up to Forerunners.
Reclaimer. The gene song I placed within you contains many gifts, including an immunity to the Composer. But it must be unlocked.
How?
Relinquish your contact essence.
Your evolutionary journey must be accelerated.
Can I defeat the Didact without it?
No.
Is it a gun?
Prepare.
So yeah, way back in the lore, humanity was actually in space, in the stars, and they had this huge super empire, like, at like 10 million BC, I want to say. And then, you know, as they do, the Flood showed up. Uh-oh. Much better. Anyway. The Flood is what caused the fall of the Forerunners. As you do.
Elevator, back at the chamber.
So obviously they had to ignite the rings to kick all the shit off, you know? And the Ark, you know, that big thing from 3, was built to store life forms to wait for after the rings were done being lit off. And so all the sapient races in the galaxy now are things that the Forerunners chose to preserve. Now, humanity was actually their favorite. They have this thing going called the Mantle of Responsibility that they believe in completely. Where they just think that some races are just supposed to be the ones to rise up, take control of the universe, run shit, yada yada, etc., etc. And initially they believed that they were the ones to hold that. And they didn't actually believe it, they just used it as a justification for their own bullshit. But what's more... Actually, where's that rifle? I kind of want that. There we go. Nice. What's more, in addition to... like how at first it was just a justification for their own bullshit, they started believing in their own bullshit, as you do. They were like, yes, we are the chosen ones, and we do have to be the chosen ones to go do chosen one shit. And then logic got to them, they were like, well, obviously we can't do it forever, so... I guess humanity is going to be the next one, right? They're the most like us. Oh, it's like a proper terminal. Cool.
The humans' actions threaten the galaxy, yet we have treated them as the mantle required. Their punishment is just.
Justice is reducing their genetics in such short generations from a spacefaring race to... this?
They are closer now to the animals they behaved as.
If not for their encounter with the Flood, their gene plan could have surpassed our own. They could have someday...
So yeah, initially they were on par, matching with the Forerunners,
Humans
almost.
were not meant to protect others. The mantle of responsibility for all things is ours, and ours alone.
So yeah, both of them are talking about a made-up bullshit thing.
Yes.
And recall that the Forerunners are a precursor race.
Hold it so tight, that even in death...
But there is another precursor race called the Precursors. You know, because fuck everything, right? And the Precursors look less like humans than Forerunners. But the Forerunners believe that they took it from them. In the same way that the Covenant was like, oh, we're taking the mantle from the Forerunners. But the Forerunners made that dumb bullshit up anyway. And what's more, they also intended to give it to the humans. Meaning the Covenant was founded on bullshit to begin with. But yeah, they also call igniting the rings a great journey. But in their case, they know what they're talking about. It's kind of cool that the,
Chief, what happened? Your bio readings are all over the map.
Oh, I took some alien steroids.
The Didact's at.
I know that part. The librarian filled me in when she snatched me from the system. But what I don't know is what she did to you.
I completely do not believe that Dr. Halsey was aware of all of this shit. When she was like, Chief's gonna be the next... Oh, he's the chosen one. He's the next evolution of humanity.
Sierra 117 to Infinity. What's her status?
Hey, honey.
Does Infinity have a shot on the gravity well?
Captain, what if we can spot the target for you with the laser detector?
Yeah, that's a thing that I actually really like about Halo, that humanity is not, like, exactly going according to plan, or even that they are, you know, catching up to other races. They're catching up to themselves. Because they used to be second best in the team. Nobody? Okay. Take that, ground in front of that tank. So yeah, my fucking internet's out. I don't know why, and it's only ever happened once before, but the annoying thing is that it's in the middle of the night, so I can't conceivably ask my friends to go hang out. Are you shooting me? Because it's a little more noticeable when you get friendly fire with a rocket launcher, my man. I'm glad I gave Halo a second chance, or Halo 4 specifically, a second chance. I'm aware that the second chance was 10 years later. But you know what? That's fine. Actually, I think it was only 9 years. That ain't good. Oh, but I can just take it though. Ooh, mama. Go, Chief. Alright. I need to use this to get my goodies back. I regret to inform everyone I failed to think of a new funny thing to say about the grunts and their sound effects. Man, that just sounds like a Tron gun, you know? Oh, that's funny. You can shoot when your gun is still technically inside the thing. How about it, guys? Alright, thanks for the ride. You guys are useless. Not willing to take this little tiny hill? Oh man.
Infinity, we're at the gravity well.
Then paint that damn target so we can get out of here.
You heard it, Chief. Line up the shot.
This shot? Now, I'll be honest, I don't completely understand why that was what I needed to do instead of anything else. But hey, you know what? Fine by me. God, Chief's new armor looks really good. We're also gonna fight a space Gorget.
Infinity cannot handle that kind of punishment. Not again.
This isn't about us or this ship anymore.
Sir, we've seen what the Didact is capable of. If we let him leave this world, humanity will be at risk.
Look, I understand what you think you saw.
Think?
Oh my God.
With due respect, sir, I know what I saw.
And with all due respect to you, soldier, I'm not willing to jeopardize my ship because of the hallucinations of an aging Spartan and his malfunctioning AI.
Aging?
Sir, what if he's right?
It's been 4 years and he's spent most of his life in
As soon as we know
like in cryo-freeze anyway.
Into Caronay Station. Come, prepare a warning beacon.
I will not allow you to leave this planet!
Oh no.
Cortana,
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that.
Commander Lasky. Pursuant to Article 55 of UNSC Regulation 12-14572, I'm ordering you to remove that AI's data chip and retire it for final dispensation.
I don't want to. You don't want me to.
Remove the chip now, Commander.
I mean, this is... You're a dick about it, but this is proper operating procedure.
Give me that chip.
the Didact has to be stopped. If you won't do that, I will.
I am ordering you to surrender that AI!
No, sir.
Lieutenant! Arrest that man!
Are you serious?
Arrest him!
Captain!
Get word to Earth that trouble is coming. Cortana and I will do what we can back here.
I mean, he's screaming like a 14-year-old, and granted, he's in the room to be doing so, because Cortana is also. But, like, he's so old to be acting like that. And also, he's pointing at the chief.
I can give you over 40,000 reasons why I know that sun isn't real. I know it because the emitter's Rayleigh effect...
Arrest that man! It's my ship!
Because its stellar cycle is more symmetrical than that of an actual star. But for all that, I'll never actually know if it looks real. If it feels...
God, a blue woman with short hair monologuing in monotone about bullshit. I'm having bad flashbacks to Metroid Other M.
Before this is all over, promise me you'll figure out which one of us is the machine.
Arrest that man!
So what's your plan?
Like, I'll be honest, I'm not completely aware of military hierarchy.
We'll jump ship as Infinity exits the roof.
But I think Chief might outrank him.
Down here with orders to prevent you from leaving.
And even if he doesn't, what about the outranking of everyone on Earth owes you their lunch money?
Full combat pursuit.
Well, thank you.
To God, you're wrong about that Forerunner. Or whatever he is, Chief. But in the vent, you're not.
Like, what possible reason could you have to not believe the Chief? Like,
Chief. Good luck.
are these men not briefed?
Both of you.
Like, I'll be honest, I'm glad that the story isn't so stupid as to say that everyone goes along with it. But that just makes the one guy stick out for...
Take a girl for a ride.
That makes the one guy stick out even worse. What's his name? Del Rio? Like... Why is he such a, like, raging douche? I'm so lost by this stupid character.
To create the Prometheans from ancient humans.
That's kind of neat.
If he wants to finish the job, he'll have to find it first. Our best bet to stop
Nice.
him is to keep him firmly on Requiem. Let's hope Lasky didn't skimp on that Pelican.
It's good to see that literally no one is going along with, you know, the actual commander's orders. Which just begs the question, how did he get command of the ship? Like... Nice. Wait, what is this thing? Holy shit. Now, what else we got? Railgun? Meh. Son, no thank you.
Initiating pre-flight diagnostics. Forward autocannon, check. Lateral rail turrets, check. Main thrusters, check. Auxiliary boosters, check. Alright. Keying engine.
I kind of like how
Before we find another ride home. You know
big
that,
the
right?
Pelicans are.
It'll be okay.
I don't think I've ever driven one of these things before. Flown? Piloted.
Contact. Didact dead ahead.
How do we get inside those shields?
Marking 2 of the larger facilities on your HUD. They're acting as traffic control for resources moving to and from the satellite. If we disrupt their communications, I can forge an override code and convince it to lower those defenses.
Okay, so I can't bank exactly. Yeah, gotta say, I'm a little disappointed that most of what I'm seeing is... like, still all the same Covenant boats. Mostly the same Covenant races. We're missing brutes. We are, again, not seeing engineers. Please stop shooting me, everyone. Get in. Open the door. Thank you.
This tower's directing
That doesn't look
traffic
good,
to
fam.
Didact satellite through a carrier wave generator located somewhere inside. Of course, if Infinity wasn't on its way back to Earth, locating and disabling it would be trivial.
I don't feel like that's really the case. I feel like that's just the excuse this time.
I found the carrier wave generator. It's on the opposite end of this chamber.
Considering how annoying and
Cross to the other side.
pointless everything has been so far.
To take a page out of our old playbook, I'm going to tune your shields to emit an EMP at the same
My son is
frequency as
here.
the communication network. All you'll need to do to trigger it is to make physical contact with the carrier wave generator. Taking fire, starboard side.
There he is. Anyway. Sorry, I love showing off my cat.
Stopping. They've overridden the gondola controls.
Light up the override on the HUD.
Cortana, the override.
Here.
Like, I know Chief, like, just pisses in his suit. But I feel as though Chief couldn't find his way to, like, the nearest bathroom if Cortana didn't light it up for him on the HUD. I'm holding a precision instrument. Supposed to be, at least. Son. I'm not supposed to be up here while Daddy's working. Or whatever this is. Well, he's just camped out behind my computer now. I don't know that he is going to ruin anything, but I guess I'm not going to kick him out. Well, he's trying to eat the pages of my notebooks. Not the notebook itself. He wants to open it so he can eat it, but luckily he has no hands or opposable thumbs. Hell yeah. How did Del Rio get to command of the ship if he's that, like, volatile? Like, is that what it takes to get command of a ship? You need to be that much of a moron? Like, this is supposed to be the UNSC, and it's based off the United States military. It's not the fucking Fire Nation.
The lockout has been released, but
Success isn't a function of how ambitious and crazy you are in proper amounts.
okay, start us back up.
Fuck. So Prometheans are actually just like digitized humans put into like metal armor.
Start us back up.
That's kind of dope, I'll be honest. It gives me kind of a Dark Souls feel where you get a little tragic emotions for the enemies you're fighting. Where it's like, oh damn, you were just a soldier a billion years ago and then shit went bad and that's not even your fault. Nice, like that.
They're not gonna make this easy, are they?
Why would they? That reminds me, when I keep popping this open, I didn't actually check how long... Okay. I got more time to go. Trying to be a tad more stringent about my recording times. I don't know how helpful having shorter videos is, but... Well, that's just it. I don't know. Maybe I'll find out. That's a good closing statement. Now, that's a whole area that I can platform and run and gun in. I wonder if I'll be going over there. I can see things that I can probably hold the X button on. I am unsurprised. Go, go, go.
Power this crate back up. We're just about to the carrier wave generator.
Hey, so, you may have noticed an abrupt and awkward cut.
Give it a second.
It's because, I filled up my computer again. I mentioned that I've done this before in the past, and I, continue to do so.
Done. All communications from this tower ceased.
And what's more, normally, my solution to this is that I offload it to my external hard drive. But now that is starting to fail. And I need another hard drive soon. I said it's lasted me for about a year and a half. I don't have a lot of videos like for 2022. But it's done basically every 2021 video I have. And of course it fielded all my stuff for 2020. So yeah, lasted me for a year and a half about. If I would record more things in order, that would be a little better, but... Would you please fuck off?
The mantle of responsibility for the galaxy shelters all. The its masters.
I hope you just like show the Diadecta book of like all the dumb bullshit that the Forerunners came up with, and he's like, oh my god,
He's there.
we were always full of shit. Oh my, always? It'd be pretty sweet, I'm just saying. Shell. I love that. I really do love that thing. Man, so, considering the revelation that the Prometheans, you know, these guys, the combatant force for this game, are, ancient humans. First of all, that's the first ancient human we've ever seen. And second of all, that's, the closest we get to finding humans. Because when Admiral What's-His-Name is like, arrest this man! For a second I thought that they might go with it. And they didn't, which makes it weird because, you know, why include it if you're not going to do something with it?
Could become exponentially more difficult.
Yeah. I'll leave those, honestly. Anyway, right, I have a boost. Anyway, there was a thing that I talked about in Halo 2, and I recently learned why. So as it happens, for those of you who don't live in the United States, I'm sure you've heard of us, but we're immensely militarized. Go, go, go. And something that I learned recently is that the United States military does a lot in regards to video games. So they'll actually fund a lot of video games to make sure that, you know, the United States government looks good enough. You know, in case you weren't sure about what kind of country America is. So anyway, depicting the military as bad ever or violence against the military is not common. This is why, you know, something like Nier, where it's like, what if you're the bad guy and you have a sword, is like semi-common.
See if we can find his controls around here somewhere.
But something like Spec Ops: The Line is, I would argue, more rare. It's because the U.S. government has their thumb in that pie, you know? So I think just depicting, like, violence
The
against
structure actually contains 3 central attenuators.
United States military, and
Sever all
again,
3 connections.
I know it's the UNSC, but it's Space America. You know? I think shooting a human in this game would jack up the age rating. And I think that's why you've never been able to do it. Because in Halo 2, I was like, oh man, am I going to get to shoot some humans as an alien? Because that seems like that would make sense, right? You finally get a chance to play as the villains, you're going to shoot some humans, right? But much like when you get a chance to play as a Heiku Marine in Half-Life 1, you never get a chance to actually shoot any scientists. Oops.
Nicely done, Chief. 2 more to go.
Like, not only do you not have to, you don't get to shoot any scientists. You're not supposed to for the sake of the plot.
No. Didact?
Oh, he makes them. Man, imagine being this, like, ancient human warrior, and all you're doing in your afterlife is just fucking being a dog and fighting guys with your stupid gun face. Yeah, I suspect that might be a reason as to why Halo is like that. Why the army is always cool. You know, why you never have to shoot a human. Why even when playing as the villains who kill humans, they instead elaborately construct a separate fighting force also comprised of the same human killing guys. Just so you never play as like a real bad guy. Like later on they said that Arbiter was responsible for the glassing of Reach, but you know, it's not like you get to see that or do it or play it. You know? Wouldn't that be an interesting twist? But you never do it. It bounced off of his face. That was pretty funny. There should be something like on top of me. What is it? And where? I don't think it's you, but thank you for volunteering. Makes my job a lot easier. I love double throwing grenades. I think it's less effective than like re-aiming your throw every time. But it really makes me feel that I'm like doing some work, you know? Man, some of these gun noises are just the goofiest, you know? They really evoke a child going pew-pew with his mouth while holding a stick. Though I will say, the gun designs really, really help fit the vibe. Shoot that thing, Chief. Are those things not supposed to explode, or is it just like... Is that a recommendation that they do?
You are a fool. Even though your kind teaches you a composer in the shadow of the third ring. Children in fire who disregard the welfare of the galaxy.
Not that I believe in welfare. I you know...
Success.
Rugged individualism, that's how the Forerunners be.
I don't think we'll be having any more trouble from those shields.
I wonder if this is just a Forerunner and Covenant thing. Because like if it's a Forerunner thing, then of course the Covenants would steal it because they want to do that. They want to do it by extension. But like in the militaries, they're like, we're gonna have to arm this thing. We're gonna have to go to these 4 separate locations and push these 4 switches. And fight off a bunch of, like, rats and privates. You know? Maybe that's why humans are like, this close to running things, but they'll never get there. Knights and dogs. Okay, I don't think you have a good gun if you can shoot a guy at point-blank range and it'll go, like, kind of through him. That's just me, though. I'm opposed to gun designs where you can accidentally not kill a guy 3 feet in front of you. Unless you're aiming for, like, a Mulan-esque cool guy move, but that's not my consternation here. The Pelican either is replaced with a fresh Pelican every time, What do you mean by that, man?
He knows what we're trying to do. If we try to get...
Oh, that might be it, actually, for the episode. Yeah, it is. Thank you for coming. Sorry for the interruption. That was obnoxious. But I've been Alfred. This has been Halo 4, and I think we're getting to the end here, which is kind of neat. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for coming. I've been Alfred. This has been Halo 4. Have a good day. Bye.